9/11 Museum is spearheading an effort to have the events and consequences of that day taught in schools across the country. And for those of us who lived through it, it might seem hard to believe, but there's an entire generation now with no living memory of that day in September. News 4's Lynda Baquero has the story.
Musician John Legend vows we will never break, and 20 years after 9/11 he promises to never forget people like Harvey Gardner, who was at work in the Twin Towers that fateful day.
He was 10 years older than me, so in a lot of ways he was like a dad. He helped raise me, he helped me buy my first car.
Anthony, who lives in Verona, is now helping spread the word about the Never Forget Fund, offering classroom lesson plans, teacher training, and public events to ensure that the next generation, people like Harvey Gardner's 18-year-old niece, never forget.
Things are always going to happen. So if we don't try to be the best that we can be and learn as much about the past, to try to fix what happened in retrospect, then there's really no point.
For them, this is not a memory. This is history to be learned.
This 9/11 memorial in Valhalla is called The Rising, meant to honor the victims of that day and also how we came together as a community immediately after.
New York was a very different place in the immediate aftermath of 9/11. There was palpable expressions of compassion and active empathy.
The director of the National September 11th Memorial and Museum says the Never Forget campaign carries lessons for current events.
Horrible things happen when things that you couldn't imagine take place, like a pandemic, for example. That it is those 9/12 attributes that will see you through.
Come together again to make sure that Leah's children and their children will always know these stories and draw inspiration from them.
Lynda Baquero, News 4, New York.